Hello everyone. No, this is not deja vu. This is not a repeat episode from last week. Yes, I am wearing the same clothes. And it is Tuesday tea with cinnamon. Tuesday tea with cinnamon. Alright, let's do this, right? Now, we're still in the same national parks. I got it open. National Parks tea gift set from Simpson and Vale. I will always link their site below in case you are curious. We are going to put our finger over the ones that we have opened so we know not to go this way. And then we are going to pick a tea for today. Today's tea is the Grand Canyon National Parks tea. That Grand Canyon tea contains black tea, prickly pear flavor, which I'm excited about because I like the taste of prickly pear. Route 66 in Oklahoma, there's a shop called Pops, and they sell all kinds of sodas, or pops if you will, depending on where you are. And they sell prickly pear flavored soda that my kids actually love, like a lot. Eleuthero root, polyarco, and red cornflower petals. I don't think I have tasted any of these except the black pear and the black pear. Yeah, I don't want a black pear. Black tea and prickly pear flavors. And while we are preparing our tea, I'm going to tell you a story that I've told on this channel before about the Grand Canyon. I have a love-hate relationship with the Grand Canyon. That reminds me of elementary school. It smells chocolatey. It smells like that really cheap fruit-flavored chocolate from Valentine's Day. I don't know why that reminds me of elementary school. Today's diffuser is this one because the other one has tea in it from last week. Because I'm filming them all on the same day, not because I'm gross and I just leave tea around. Alright. Get a nice heaping teaspoon and spill it on my shirt. Yeah, I'm spilling it all over my shirt. Tuesday tea on my shirt. This is why I don't buy white clothes, because I am messy. Alright. I'm going to put that in. Put that into steep. Grand Canyon. How long does this say? To steep? 3 minutes. It is 2 minutes and 55 seconds. So at 6 minutes, we can pull that out. Because I got a little timer thing on my phone. First time I went to the Grand Canyon. Now, you know that little man has ADHD. He's very hyper, and he is a runner, and he always has been a runner. The time he learned how to walk, he would run from me, and I was never fast enough to catch him, so I would have to send one of the girls, my daughter or my nieces, after him to go catch him and bring him back. So that, in itself, at the Grand Canyon, was scary. Because what you don't know is there are not fences at the Grand Canyon. There's not guardrails. There is walkways and cliffs and the abyss below. The first time I went to the Grand Canyon, we slept in a hotel room on the South Rim. It was an adventure, to say the least. My plan was, and I will try to pop up pictures if I can remember. The plan was to get up at sunrise and also get some sunset pictures at the Grand Canyon, because everything is better when the world is at sunset or sunrise. It's just beautiful. The colors are just amazing. So that was the plan. Well, sunrise or sunset that night, we went out to dinner, and we ate at a restaurant on the South Rim, and the food was disgusting. This is another reason why I say don't eat at the food service places at the National Park System. The food is not good. It is not good. I believe I actually got sick that night a little bit, but then I didn't know about my gluten issues back then, and a lot of foods make me not feel good. Anyway, went to sleep. I was scared. I kept imagining Lucas running off the cliff. I'm terrified of heights anyway. I am absolutely petrified of heights. Heights and closed in spaces I cannot do. And so I was scared the entire night. And then 4:30 a.m. wakes us up with an alarm, and Mr. Sim is like, "Come on, let's go to the rim. Let's go take your pictures." And I set up my tripod and my camera, and I was shaking, like my whole body was shaking. I was so scared. I was so scared I felt like I might throw up. And we left the two kids in the hotel room. Juju was old enough to watch Little Man for an hour while the sun rised, you know. And so she couldn't sleep because she was nervous because she was in a hotel room and it was dark, you know. She was still kind of young, but she was still old enough to take responsibility for him. We were just outside the hotel. So it's almost time to take my tea thing out. And there's lots of debris because I'm not using my good infuser thing. I took some beautiful pictures. It was an amazing experience. And at one part, we found a wall that was about chest height to me. And I'm 5'9", so it's hard to find a wall that's that high to where we could still see the canyon. We could still see the sunrise. We could still see everything. But when I leaned forward, I wasn't leaning over an open canyon. The rocks could give way and I could fall to my death. And the wall made me feel secure. I got beautiful pictures. It was an amazing time, and I swore that I would never ever go back to the Grand Canyon again because I was terrified. And for the next 5 nights, we were still traveling on our way to California. So in hotel rooms, when we got to California, I was still having nightmares about the Grand Canyon. It scared me so bad. Fast forward a couple years. Mr. Cinnamon wanted to take my nieces because they have never been anywhere. And this was the summer that my dad passed away. So, like, we all kind of needed something. And we traveled, and I was like, I will do the Grand Canyon, but I don't know if I'm going to go to the rim and look out because I've seen it. But the girls can go. Mr. Cinnamon can take the girls. Everything will be fine. And I decided when we get there, I'm going to go. And I wasn't as scared, but I was still scared. But it was a much better experience. Like, I didn't have as many nightmares. I feel my water is piping hot. This just doesn't have, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm stuffy. Nope, that tastes like nothing. I'll let that steep longer. My water is cooling down, so that might be the problem. That tastes slightly of prickly pear, but I can't. It might just be my taste buds. Let's be real. Let's be real. It might be me. That one's actually not bad. That will taste good with a little bit of honey in it. Now that I've swallowed it and I breathed air through my mouth, I can taste it a little bit. But the lemon one from last week, which I'm filming these all on the same day. Yep, still tastes nasty. It's been sitting a while. It still tastes nasty. But yeah, the Grand Canyon. And whenever anybody asks my opinion, I say this. You have to see the Grand Canyon if you can at least once in your life. You have to marvel at it. It is a thing of wonder. And the canyon, like, yeah, it looks like you see it on TV. Like, it's exactly the same. But standing there and knowing how far down that is, and especially in the morning time, there is camps at the bottom of the canyon. And when before the sun is all the way up and it's just very dark, you can see lights moving around down there from whoever's camped out down there. And the lights are like stars in the sky. That's how far away the lights are. They are little specks just moving around in the pitch black. And that is the only way that you know that the canyon is there. It is both terrifying and amazing. Like, it's something you cannot describe to someone else. Pictures don't do it justice. Video does not do it justice. It is terrifying. And the really bad part is, right after we left, it was the next day, it came on the news that a woman had actually died at Angel Point in the Grand Canyon. There's this point I think it's called Angel Point, and it jarts out like this. It is very steep, very sharp rock. And people go out there and take their picture because it looks like they're, it's a cool thing to do. I would never in a million years do that, because a picture is not worth my death. And that's my fear, is that I don't want to die to take a picture. This lady was walking, she walked out there, she took her picture, she turned around to come back, and a man was trying to also get onto the cliff, so they were like walking by each other. She fell. She died. So it's scary. You can't take, just because it's a national park system, I think people get under the impression that it's safe, because they wouldn't let us out here if it was not safe. But no, the reason the national park system is there is to preserve that land, to preserve the beauty that is there, the magnificence that is there. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking out of my Garth Brooks cup because I love Garth Brooks. Oh, my cup feels so warm. People think, oh, there's a false sense of security, like, nothing's going to happen to me in the national park, because they wouldn't have it open like that if it wasn't safe. But a lot of people forget common sense when they're at the national parks. How many people have been killed at Yellowstone because they think they can go pet a buffalo? Buffaloes are like 1,500 pounds. Have you ever stood next to a buffalo? I've been close enough to a buffalo to touch it. I'm not stupid enough to touch it. Because when we were at Yellowstone, it was walking past our car, and he looked up like that right in my face. And I told him that I loved him as he walked by. I was like, I love you. It's okay. I'm not going to touch you. And there was like a respect there. The animals know if you're not respecting them, they will gore you. Like, common sense, people. And common sense. This tea is good. I'm actually going to pour it over ice. I'm going to pour it over ice. I have a cup of ice on standby in my Give Kids the World Village cup that I bought in Florida. This was our charity of choice this year for Christmas. Every year we pick a charity. I think it was 2 years ago. I spoke on this channel about the Indian reservation in, I think, South Dakota. The name is escaping me right now. And then last year, and most years, we donate toys to either Toys for Tots, or we donate to national, our local social services. So like people that are receiving government help, welfare, whatever, they can sign their family up to be adopted. And we have done that in many, many years. This year, our donations went to Give Kids the World Village. There's a video on my Lilo N Stitches channel that I will link below about Give Kids the World when we visited last year. We visited this year too, but because I was with more people, I did not film. It is a beautiful place. They give wishes to kids, kind of like Make-A-Wish, but it's a whole compound with housing and stuff for the kids to do. And watch that video. It is a worthy cause. And being in the presence of all of that, just knowing how many kids have died there, how many kids have gone there as their last trip before they died, from illnesses that no little kid should ever have to deal with. It's a beautiful, worthy place. And so that's who got my donations this year. Give Kids the World Village. So, with that being said, much better iced. Much better iced. It seems to have more flavor when it's iced, or maybe it's just the way my mouth tastes things. Prickly pear is definitely coming through. And to make iced tea, I just pour my tea over ice. And I really like these insulated cups because they keep the ice cold, and they, helps preserve the ice from melting so fast when I pour hot tea in. Alright, with that being said, I know that this video is probably going to be uploaded after Christmas. And so some of the stuff that I'm talking about is Christmas related, or like, yearly donations or whatever. That's usually a Christmas thing. But I'm pre-recording a lot of these videos just because of the holiday, and I'm not feeling real hot. And so I wanted to get these videos up and for you guys, so that you don't have to miss me during the holiday season, and so that you have somebody to drink your morning tea with. Thank you so much for watching, and check out Simpson and Veil tea. They are delicious teas. So far, my favorites have been the Joshua Tree, which tasted like honey, and the Rocky Mountains, which is raspberry. That one was absolutely delicious. My least favorite is the Shenandoah Park range because it tastes like lemon hulls. But, alright, that is it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.